Hello, my name is Shuttley and welcome back for another episode of Anbennar in EU4 as Zurkanrek. In previous episode we finally managed to get the hegemon going, and it's still going to take a while before it's all the way done. And we get the plus 20% artillery damage from back row and all that. Well, we're slowly getting the... Oh, command is actually the biggest. Well, I suppose that makes sense, they are bloody massive. And then I am pretty high as well overall in here, like... Oh, Estera is actually just above us in the list, and Laurent is not that far off either. Interesting. Oh, Estera does have the institution. The institution that we do not have yet, which is Enlightenment. Although, admittedly, we are in the process of getting it. How quickly can we reckon, or can we get that, that's 81% over here, which is... Yeah, that's gotta be done in a matter of a few months, but let's unpause, shall we? I've got some troops moving about, mostly... Oh, right, Goblin refugees. Sure, we'll let them in. So I had some troops moving about because they were actually taking some attrition, and I'd rather avoid taking attrition right now if we don't have to. Like, we're not short on manpower right now, but at the same time, having a bit of extra in... just in case we need it is not a bad idea. So we won't be able to do another war against the Federation, or the remnants of the Federation at this point, until another 10 years from now. So they'll have at least another 10 years before we destroy them. Now, in terms of expanding elsewhere, Degnan is allied to the Command, and I'm pretty sure that they would... Yeah, Command would join there. Command is too strong for us to fight right now. There's some stuff over here, but we can't really reach them. I suppose Pearl's Edge is something that we could maybe do a war, but they are guaranteed by Dragon Dominion. They're in a coalition against Laurent. They got a lot of allies, so I don't know if that isn't... I mean, let's have a look. Yeah, it would be a lot of troops there, so no, that's not a war that we want to do. And then that's our vassal, that's an ally. Command is a bit too strong for us. I mean, they've got, what, 600... only 500,000 men. It's still a lot, though. And then this one, Sariand, is guaranteed by... First of all, they've got 250,000 men already on their own, and then they're guaranteed by the Sun Elves, which have another 600,000. So we can't really go west, other than maybe through the mountains in here a little bit. We've got a truce with the dwarves here for another 5 years, though, so that's going to be a bit of a delay there. And then I suppose in the north, Grombar is one of the nations that we could maybe attack. They are guaranteed by Esther, which does have a decent army. But I think we might be able to do a bit of expansion in here. Try to get sort of past the Sun Elves here, hopefully. Like, if we conquer at least all the way here, we can block the Sun Elves going further north. And that might open up some... I mean, there is some dwarves over here which do actually like us. Distance between borders a bit too long, but I wonder if we could make them a vassal. Them just, you know, feed them a bit of territory in here, maybe let them take some of the... Because that is Grombar owning a lot of this mines over here, all the corridors over here at least. Alright then. But let's unpause once again. So we could take the Diplotech, but right now I'm actually going to save a little bit of points, although we could probably use some of the points to do some more developing now that I think of it. We could, of course, invest into the gold mine. It's pretty good quantities already, to be fair. You know, I'm going to add in a little bit of gold income. Surely that won't be a bad thing. So how much do we get from gold? 17 ducats per month. Okay, that's actually not bad. Total income is already over 800. We got another 200 per month coming in right now. Into the treasury, that is. So that is not going all that badly. Right, so I suppose another thing that we could do is upgrade some of these fortifications here. Not necessarily everything needs to be upgraded, but... Oh, fleet returns. Okay, we took a little bit damage. We fought the pirates successfully, but we took some damage. And we gained some money out of it as well, so that's good. Right, other force that could be upgraded. There's at least one. There's another one. So at least the border with the Sun Elves is well fortified. Oh, partially depleted. Well, that was a bit of bad timing then. How's the production? So the production did indeed halve. Okay. Now, to be fair, eventually this will turn into coal, but we need to get the Enlightenment into there. Overall enthusiasm for our Navy diminishes. Naval maintenance modifier for 10 years goes up by 5%, or we can pay 2,000 crowns to not... I think we're going to afford getting the maintenance modifier there. And we got another conversion done, which is always nice, I suppose. Do we actually have a university in here? No, we don't. So let's build a university there and along here as well. So we do have the Diplo... Oh, sorry. No, we don't have the admin tech, actually. We do have the Miltech already, though. And the next level is actually going to give us new infantry. And this time it's actually 2 options to choose from. Mage Tower of Kern's Todd's gone. Sure, they could probably build a Mage Tower there. Although I didn't realize that they will be more effective on provinces Dimsteer, Precursor Relics, Incense, or Porcelain. I mean, it will lower the development cost in here regardless, so I suppose it's fine, but it is the sort of replacement for the manufactory, to be fair. It looks like Ruined Copse is almost fully colonized here. Finally. Oh, Trader has left, or died, probably. Let's see, so we could get a Diplo reputation, that's not necessarily the worst. Spy network construction is also pretty good. I'm gonna go with the Diplo reputation advisor, actually, and then I'm just gonna upgrade that to level, well, at least level 4. Apparently. I wouldn't have mind upgrading that to all the way to level 5, but I suppose that's not the option right now. Although, well, 1400 I could just take a few months to accumulate. Right, there we go. That's the colonization done. Let's go ahead and upgrade something else. Let's send the colonists over here, for example. That is a fur province. Nobles demand compensation. 7,000 crap. Oh, wow, okay. Well, I mean, we can pay that back fairly quickly. It's going to increase our inflation a little bit because we need to take several loans, but those loans will be paid in due time. So that's 4 loans to pay off. So I guess we won't be building too much. I mean, we've got some buildings underway, but not too many necessarily. Unpopular mathematician. I'm gonna take the tradition and some prestige from there as well. So we've got some light ships over here. Oh, wow, we've got a lot of light ships already. I mean, to be fair, our navy is quite sizable. Let's combine those into one heavy fleet. We've got some ships over here. So that's the heavy ships not doing anything, actually. Oh, that's the transport fleet. I didn't realize that it was there, but sure. Yeah, I can probably be over there for the time being. Then we got some... Oh, Sarnian to announce me his arrival. Now, to be fair, they are only guaranteed by the Sun Elves. They're not actually allied to them. So if we have a look at the other nations... Well, I mean, they probably still have a decent bit of troops. But if they attack me, for some reason... well, I don't think they will, admittedly. But if they were to declare war on us... I think that would be a war that we could win. That's not to say that it would be an easy victory, but it's probably something that we could win. Oh, the remnants of the Federation declared me as a rival. So the amount of rivals that we have is increasing. Oh, and they've embargoed me. Alright. I haven't actually done a lot of embargoes. I should probably look into that. So who are we rival to? For example, the Sun Elves. How about... we issue an embargo. That should be a pretty good amount. Well, there's at least a little bit of power protection, if nothing else. Plus, since we're a hegemon, we get 25, 15 from long-time rivals, 16 from 5th rank great power. So we are going to be having more than 50 points regardless. Which, honestly, is a good thing for us, of course. Right, so I believe in a month or 2 we should be able to pay back at least 1 loan. Okay, make that 2 months probably. I'm not going to spend the money on building up the Pilar over here, although I suppose we could spend maybe a tiny bit of cash on upgrading some of the constructions, like the workshop over here. That is projected to be quite a bit of extra income. And actually, how much does the counting house say? So they do cost a decent bit, don't they? Yeah, they do. Zurkanrek is that actually the highest? That is highest value. Sure, we'll build a building there. Or upgrade that there. It might be a bit too many buildings in here already, to be fair, but that's beside the point. I mean, it is very high development. Oh, right, so another thing was that we wanted to get the... So, if we had 7,000, so if we take a few more loans, we can get the institution embraced. That's going to allow culture conversion costs. Now, let's get the text done real quick, so those are completed. And we don't lose any of the points there. I suppose one thing that we could do is just get a little bit more increase in development in the meanwhile, especially in the production side of things. There's at least a few more developments put in. So how is our production? I mean, to be fair, now we're paying quite a bit of interest. And that is going to take some time. Plus we got quite a bit of inflation, but the inflation is going down with a pretty decent speed, so I'm not particularly worried about that one. It is a bit of a minor inconvenience. Oh wow, actually, in terms of score, we are the #1 because we got the best admin and diplo ranking and military ranking with fairly high in there. So fair enough, I suppose it kind of makes sense why we have a low score. Is it debates? Oh bollocks! So I suppose we'll take another loan. Hopefully we don't bankrupt ourselves just taking all these loans. I mean, I'm sure that we can recover soon enough. Abolitionism. Price of slaves changed by 50%. Now, to be fair, we already stopped that, producing any slaves, so that's fine for me. And getting the prestige is not a bad thing either. You are fighting against Grombar, Sunday, and a few others. I suppose you can go through my lands? The Grombar is a junior partner of the Great March. Oh. Arby is attacking travelers and merchants in Ebubtu. So, either we some patrols will discourage them, small tolerance decrease of harpies, harpy raids until, oh, okay, that's 5 years, devastation and autonomy change, or we pay a lot of money. I'll just send some patrols, maybe that'll be fine. So where exactly was that? Oak Blast Furnaces. So, coal and iron provinces are now more likely to trigger industrialization events. Gain 2 base production in Alunvagla. Sure. So I'm guessing this area did that. No, it hasn't switched to coal production yet because enlightenment is not present there yet. Although it is spreading there pretty quickly. So we could get the last level on the great work over here, or the great project rather. In here, the Talar, but at the same time that would cost us another 1,000 ducats, which at this stage we need to pay at least a couple loans away. Because we've got a lot of money that we currently owe. I suppose also another thing that we could start doing, not necessarily... Oh, we got 100% of the crown lands, okay. So if we were to get rid of the... Is it the nobility, this one? Yeah, this one. So that increases the loyalty and influence of pretty much everyone. So if we do that one, it might mean that we won't be able to take the land as much anymore. We do a lot of development regardless, so that's not really that bad. And like, while the modifiers are pretty decent from these, we can reduce the max absolutism at least a little bit. And, you know, when the influences go down, we don't need to give as much land away whenever we conquer things. So I'm gonna do that. Oh, that's the equilibrium that goes down. Okay, so if we were to take away the religious diplomats, it's clergy influence plus 15% and loyalty equilibrium plus 5%. I think I will take that one. I'm still gonna keep the ones that give me points at least, but this one we can reduce, and merchant guilds are already down to that one. To be fair, the advisor cost is a pretty decent thing to have. I mean, we've already reduced the... Well, it's still 50, or minus 50 in there. There is no revolution that has spread to us, at least. So I guess that's fine. Although revolutions can be quite useful if you embrace it early on. Ah, so that's another heavy ship. Oh, well, there's a lot of ships over here that need to be upgraded, actually. I'm just going to send them over there. Did we have another? So we've got the light ship fleet over here, which is not doing anything. And another heavy fleet over here. Oh, I think we were trying to gather up a bit of an extra fleet over there. Just going to send these ships up to the other side then. Slowly trying to remember what we were doing last time with all these fleets. Okay, so the income is dropping a decent bit. I suppose it might just be that a lot of the other expenditures are now going up. There we go, so we can pay off one of these. And then development down here is increasing, that's good. But we can get some corruption and government reform progress lost. I mean, we don't need to do any more of the government reforms anyway. So not too worried about that one. Did we get the ships? Yes, we did get these ships here. That's good. And then we've got these 10 light ships that are not really doing anything. I'm just going to send these to protect trade in Zurkanrek, I suppose. Not entirely sure if that's actually going to be all that profitable. I mean, we've got a lot of trade power here anyway. But we do transfer a lot of trade power into UK. To be fair, we earn 300 ducats in there. If we increase the amount of power that we have in here, that's even better. We're going to get more inflation and diplo power, or just a little bit. I'm just going to take the inflation. I mean, it's only 1% right now. It's not going to be too bad. I mean, to be fair, it's going to take several years for us to pay off all these loans. We've got 13,000 ducats in loans, right? Oh, hello. That's the first coal province that we have. Now, to be fair, we do need to increase the development in here. No, although, I suppose, we did get the university. Did we get the... Yes, enlightenment is, of course, present because of the coal. We don't have room for the... I do wonder, actually. Stock exchange is a good one. For the trade power, although I suppose we don't have that much trade power in here, do we? We've got 14, so yeah, and it's not really that much. We could maybe get rid of, maybe the town hall? I mean, to be fair, reducing government costs isn't too bad. There's the cathedral. Now, that's something that we can probably get rid of. And then get the furnace in here if we unlock that. Oh, we don't have the money for that. Okay, well, if we wait for another month, we can get the furnace in there. The Jackals of Agungam. Came in the night, sudden, furious, and terrible. Twisted creatures that bounded on all fours with the faces of men in pain and ecstasy. Their baying echoed through burning towns as they tore fleeing civilians limb from limb, watering the fields with blood. They have left several towns in ruin and many homeless and poverty-stricken. Then, just as quickly as they arrived, they vanished into the night. We do not know why these beasts have chosen to attack us, or if they will return. Right, I'm going to send a relief there. We should be able to avoid taking a loan. Oh, election. Right, how good is our current ruler? You got the zealots, so it's not really too bad. We're going to keep you. Allows us to at least convert things a bit faster. But yeah, currently our expansion paths are a little bit limited, although the truce with the dwarves is going to end in about 2 years. So then we can conquer all of this. Okay, at least a little bit further. How's the... Oh, right, so the restoration of the hold is still ongoing in here. Oh, that's 1731 when it's going to be completed. Okay. Complete estate agenda. Oh, right, build a manufactory. Good. So the military engineer died. Maybe we don't go for the level 5 or 4 advisors and just go with the level 3. A land force limit modifier, that's not too bad. Is there anyone... Well, the Royal Armory is quite nice as well. That's the only one that is not a level 1 that we can... Well, it's the only one that's not a level 1, first of all. So we'll take that one. We could have a bit higher force limit now. And we lost a general. To be fair, we've got so many generals that I'm not too surprised by that one. Ah, there we go. We're a new general. We've reached the next level professionals, and which means the morale damage taken by the reserves is reduced a decent chunk. Which honestly is not bad. Now, so that means that we've got professionals 80... Okay, we rounded it up to 81%, but whether that is actually the case or not... Yeah, it's 80.51. Okay, so it does round it up sort of correctly, at least. Paradox games have a bit of a long history of sometimes rounding things down when it should be rounded up. But yeah, I think once we destroy... Well, I suppose once we destroy the Federation here in the first place... We do have a lot of trade power in here, though. So, is that one that does lead there? So, if I was to move my center of trade within here, for example, to this place, and then just have all the trade from here be transported in there, I don't know if we'd be making more money, but that would allow us to transfer trade power from here as well, which would mean that we'd be able to gather up all the trade from, well, not necessarily all the trade, but most of the trade at least, from our surroundings. And then we've got a merchant over there, which, actually, I don't know if we should have a merchant in here. I mean, I suppose we can at least say that trade doesn't go into the Sun Elves, so, you know, that's a bonus, I suppose. But how much would it cost for us to move our center of trade in here? It would be 171 diplo points. I mean, we've got all the points, to be fair, so we could probably just do that. And then we'll need to put someone in... Well, I mean, we don't have to have someone collecting there, but it helps. And then you can transfer trade power instead. And then we can send someone over here to transfer trade power. So I'm pretty sure that we will be making more money soon enough. Although there are other nations that have a lot of trade power here as well. Actually, we're not making more money right now. But we can probably fix that issue soon enough. Yeah, and actually reduce a little bit. Now we're just losing all the generals and admirals. Well, we don't necessarily need to have more of them right now. Once we go to a war, we're going to go through the process of hiring the new generals, or the new leaders in general. Profiteering in the theatre. That's a triple E. Well, I'll take the -2 unrest there. But have we got on... Right, we do have a claim already in there and there. If we wanted to get another claim over here, we can actually do that fairly soon. Right, so we could upgrade the Clara once again. It would increase the global trade power a little bit. It would also increase the goods produced, but also the unrest, which we already got some unrest in here. Largely due to the fact that we got so many minorities in it. We got centaurs, goblins, and trolls. But that's already a 9 points of unrest just from that. Now, to be fair, if we have a look at the non-accepted culture, there's actually none of these that we could accept. Interestingly enough. How much are we making money per month? So it's only about 70 crowns per month. That's not really... Oh, well, there we go. That's actually going up now by quite a bit. Oh, is the corruption... Yeah, the corruption is running out now. That was what was costing us so much. There we go. So now we're making 135 ducats again. Merchants landed. Is there a Sarnia, Varhan, Pearl's Edge? We'll have at least a little bit trade power in here. We're transferring so much money in here that we probably need to increase our trade power in the region one way or another. So let's have a look. Do we have the... We've got a shipyard there. We do not. No, actually, we do have a stock exchange here. Never mind. I mean, I suppose what I could do is take one of these trade fleets and instead go to protect trade in there. Increasing the trade power that we have in there will give us a decent bit more money. And of course, once we start taking... I think we will probably need 2 more wars against the Federation. Because they've got a decent bit of development in there. And we're not going to go no Casus Belli. Oh, Dragon Dominion. Right, do we actually know about them all that much? We know their name. Well, I suppose that's pretty much it, isn't it? Well, at least we can do more conversions in the meanwhile. We do have a lot of fleets as well. Golden Era of Culture. Ooh. Right, well, that's just an advisor, to be fair. Let's pay off another loan. There we go, so that's another 3 ducats per month that we gain. It's not a lot, but it does help. Now we're making 334 ducats from the trade here. So it's 300 over there. Where are we doing the rest of it then? Golden Highway. Oh, right. So we do have something gathering the trade there. Now, to be fair, that one's going through. So we'd have to set up, or collect somewhere else, most likely, if we wanted to. But we can't really do that right now. So is there any more? I suppose there's 2 centers of trade over there within the Federation's territory still. Of this trade node. Which most likely is giving them quite a bit of trade power. Now, to be fair, if we were to build some stock exchanges, I know that we don't actually have the money right now, but like looking around here, I mean that, ooh, yeah, we'll upgrade that one. It's going to give us a lot of trade power. Adventures to the Thieves Guild, huzzah. Ooh, that's a lot of money that we gain as well. Right, so is there any other trade areas that we could get into. Generals bothered. Diplotech cost minus 10% or infantry and cavalry cost minus 20%. Both are for 10 years. I'm going to take the... Actually, how close are we to getting the... Well, we're not that far. So we'll take the Diplotech cost reduction. And there we go, the truce with the dwarves has ended. I'm pretty sure they don't have a lot of armies. They do have an... Oh, they're allied to the command. Never mind. Assuming that, yeah, command would join that. Yeah, command is going to be a tricky one to deal with. They've got such a massive army. Of course, what I could do... Well, I don't have the money right now, but what I could do is just increase my force limit in such a way that we can get like 500,000 men as well. Like, we're not a massive... Actually, we could get another 40,000 men army, or at least make this another up to total of 40,000 there. So we'll just build up a few armies, get those done. It does cost us a bit of money, and we've still got way too many loans to pay back, but at least we've gotten down to 7 loans. We'll probably need to replenish most of these this year, but at least we can get through some of it. Looks like the inflation is going down at a pretty good speed. We got almost 3,000 development there. Oh, we're number 2 in the Great Powers list. Oh, not well. I mean, still got a little bit of distance to go to reach command, but it's not too bad. And I suppose once we get the naval hegemon, that extra 20% damage for the artillery from the back row, and if we get the stuff in here, so we don't have... Actually, is there anything that we could get in here? Multicultural nation. We don't really have a lot of cultures to do that with, not yet at least. Powerful objects, we do not have that one. We don't have high discipline. I don't think we're even all that close to that one. We do have the large capital. We don't have a 3-star general. And we don't own the institution origin, so it'll be a little bit of slower progress to get the Splendor this time around. But getting the improved artillery range would be really handy together with the naval hegemon. That would mean that our artillery would be rather deadly. Right, I think we're going to wait for one more development here, or I suppose we could just increase it. Production manually, and then let's have a look at some other areas where we could maybe get some good development. Oh, actually, let's have a look at the... That would be fur provinces up there. There's a paper province over here, but that's already pretty high development. There needs to be low development, or fairly low. Well, actually, that's not too bad. It's only 5 development. It's got gemstones, or gems in there as the material that they produce. That's something that we could probably start increasing. Near max monarch power on military power. Oh, right. We may need to do something about that. Let's have a look at the loan. So that one's going to be the next one to be paid back. So we will need to replenish at least 1 loan. Probably more than 1, to be fair. But at least we can get... Well, we're down to 6 loans now, so that's a good thing. But we are unfortunately out of time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye.